you'll do shortly enough.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, students, and distinguished guests. We are the 8th Wang Honors class, and I'm the leader. So our class went to Ireland for a one-year program where we all had a lot of fun. And today, we're about to share some unforgettable memories with you all, including Irish sports, festivals, traditions, food, and famous sights. Ireland is a country in the North Atlantic, near Great Britain. Now here's an interesting fact. This is the flag of Ireland, and this is the flag of Cote d'Ivoire. They've got the same colors. Now one of the most famous festivals in Ireland is of course St. Patrick's Day. But let's not waste too much time on me. Let's welcome Michelle and Genevieve's presentation about Irish festivals and traditions.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Genevieve. Did you enjoy the study program?
It was great. The pub fair in Killarton was one of my favorite holidays there. The participants had to capture the Malgold as their new king from the Kerry Hills.
They also had to find a queen aged 10 to 11 for the goat. After that, the goat will be placed atop a high stand of the fair until August 12th.
Yeah, it was really amazing seeing the queen and the king pug parading through the town while I was shopping.
The first day of the pub fair is known as the Gathering Day, where they will also hold a horse fair. What did you think of the second day?
I thought the event was so interesting. I saw a lot of stands selling horseshoes, fashionable dresses, local crafts, and delicious food.
They also had a cattle fair in the morning, which I really enjoyed. They held a closing parade which led the goat back to the mountains. That's why the last day is known as the Gathering Day. The festival ends with a breathtaking firework display, which, in summary, it is a festival filled with plenty of traditional music, dance, celebrations, and lots of unique activities.
Another very famous festival is St. Patrick's Day. It is said to be the grandest and most famous festival in Ireland. I saw the photos about St. Patrick's Day before. Everyone wears green clothes on that day. It's cool.
The color green was chosen because it is one of the colors in our Ireland's flag. Also, green is the color of spring and shamrocks. What's more, we call Ireland Emerald Isle because of its green landscape. And not only are the clothes green, they will even color their rivers green too. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, I can see how important this festival is. During the festival, people will hold big parades, dress up, dance, and play music along the streets. What's interesting, the biggest parade isn't in Ireland's Dublin. It is actually in New York.
It's unbelievable. It shows just how famous this festival is.
Yes, and they will also eat some traditional food on that day. For example, corned beef and cabbage, beef and Guinness pie, and Irish potato chip.
It sounds delicious. They also had a 70-year-old tradition of drinking special green beer. It sounds weird, but it tastes the same like normal beer.
The most important fact to know about St. Patrick's Day is why it is called St. Patrick's Day. Once, there was a man named St. Patrick. When he was a teenager, he was kidnapped by some pirates and forced to work as a slave in Ireland.
So he wasn't Irish?
No, he wasn't. After he arrived in Ireland, he started to talk to locals about God. This is how Christianity was introduced to Ireland. There are many legends about him. One say that he got rid of all the snakes in Ireland. To commemorate him, they set March 17th as St. Patrick's Day, which was the day that he died.
There really is a lot of history behind this festival. I learned a lot about St. Patrick's Day. This is the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone. I'm Melody.
And I'm Anita.
When it comes to food, I think of an experience that Melody and I had when we went to a local restaurant. The food
I still remember the starter was so covered, but actually we can eat it at our homestay family house.
That's right. My homestay mom sometimes made it for our breakfast. She always added some honey and dried fruit.
Oh really? My homestay like a healthier version of it. They usually add seeds and oats.
My favorite main course was the famous Irish stew. It's traditionally made with mutton, onions, and potatoes.
The black and white pudding was so delicious. It's a sausage. The black one is pork and blood mixed with barley, and the white one is without blood.
Many Irish cuisines have seafood in them too. It is because the ocean surrounds Ireland.
The next dishes we want to introduce is Miss Alex's favorite, the shepherd's pie. It's a dish with minced meat, vegetable, and mashed potato, which all get baked in the oven.
What were some of our favorite places that we visited? Mine was the St. Patrick's Cathedral. It was built in the 5th century but rebuilt in the 17th century after the original structure was destroyed.
My favorite place is the Killarney National Park. It's the oldest national park in Ireland. It had designed a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in 1981 and forms part of the Special Area of Conservation.
The Cliffs of Moher are also a must-see. They are over 200 meters tall. The spot is so famous that many Irish bands filmed their music videos there.
The most popular touristy spot is the Guinness Storehouse. It's interesting to see how beer is made. It has officially become the biggest stout brewery in the world. They produce over 1.2 million barrels of beer a year.
Wow, that's a huge number.
Well, the Irish do enjoy drinking.
There are still so many beautiful places to visit in Ireland, but we'll let you experience those places. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Jazz.
I'm Diego. So we're lucky because we got to learn a lot about the local sport from Ireland.
Well, sure. I went to Croagh to play soccer with some locals.
The locals enjoy playing soccer, but they are not good at it as a nation. The last time they entered the FIBA World Cup was in 2002. Also, they are not good at it. They still have their own association called League of Ireland. There are many teams in it, such as Dublin, Dublin City, Cork City, just to mention a few.
But I don't think the famous player in Ireland would choose to stay in their own league.
That's right. Their national team captain, Coleman, plays in the Premier League. Most of the players want to go to the English Premier League for money and fame.
Another sport league, which is very famous, is UFC. There's a guy named Conor McGregor who is famous for his speeches before matches. He always irritates his opponent and then beats them.
WWE is also popular in Ireland. In UFC, each player is world-class professional with many.
McGregor is a lightweight and featherweight champion in UFC. If I'm not mistaken, he's got the record for the longest streak and the fastest KO in a championship match of all time.
That's right. His style is really aggressive. Although he's pretty small, he always puts on a great show.
I think he's an impeccable player, but I don't think individual sports can symbolize a country's sport culture.
I think so too. Jazz, do you remember how we played Gaelic football while we were in Ireland?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Gaelic football is an amateur sport. It is popular not only in Ireland, but also in other countries. There are 15 people in the team. The players use a ball that looks like a volleyball, which can be kicked, bounced, or carried by hand.
There are two types of score in the game. One is the points and one is the goal. If you kick or throw over the crossbar, you can get 1 point and the referee will raise the white flag. And if you kick into the net under the crossbar, you can get 1 goal and the referee will raise the green flag.
The field is similar to the rugby field. The All-Ireland Senior Championship is the most famous event in this sport. The Gaelic Association promotes this sport.
That's correct.
They promoted Gaelic sports and pastimes such as hurling, camogie, Gaelic football, and traditional hurling. Furthermore, there are more than 500,000 members in Ireland. Gaelic football and hurling are the most popular sports which is promoted by this organization. Both of these sports have been part of the Olympics since 1904. Can you explain hurling for more details? Yeah, hurling is a sport that uses a hurl to hit the schlitter. If you hurl it over the crossbar, you can get 1 point. You can also get another point if you hurl the schlitter into the net under the crossbar. That goal consists of 3 points. The schlitter can also be kicked or slapped with an open hand for short-range passing. Oh, I remember teacher Alex told us about it before the trip. There are a lot of comparisons between Gaelic football and hurling, such as goals and field. It has been played for more than 400 years, and it is popular among the Irish diaspora in North America, South Africa, and Europe. CNN listed hurling as one of the 10 sporting events to see live, and UNESCO listed hurling as an element of intangible cultural heritage. That's cool. Maybe we can play it together. Yeah, and then we can relax while listening to some traditional Irish music. That's cool. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Howard.
I'm Juliet.
And I'm Cherry. Today we're going to talk about traditional Irish instruments, music, and river dancing.
Chad said that he wanted to listen to some Irish music. What shall we introduce him to first?
Let's start from the very beginning. Music in Ireland dates back to 500 BC, from early South singing in praise of Apollo to instruments being played by the end of the 3rd century.
It has remained vibrant through the 20th and into the 21st century as one of the oldest and the most ancient music in the world.
I'd like to mention a few of the instruments that we learned while we were in Ireland. First, the uilleann pipes. The uilleann pipes are the national bagpipes of Ireland. They first appeared during the early 18th century. It is also called the pipes of the elbow because when you play it, you have to use your elbow. Also, the sound, which is produced when using the elbow, is softer and sweeter in tone than when blown into.
The earliest date that scientists speculated uilleann pipe appeared was from the second half of the 18th century, where it originated from castle pipes and gained popularity in Ireland.
There have been 2 very famous people since then, Piper Jackson from Colorado and the point pepper maker Phil Kinsey from Tenth Avenue.
At that time, some Protestant clergy often used uilleann as an alternative to the church organ. They are often seen in weddings or funerals because they can give people feelings of connection to their past ancestors, along with a feeling of calmness. There's another cool Irish instrument, which is called I can't remember what's an instrument called, Sherry.
It's called a drum. It is an Irish French drum. It can be heard in most recordings dating back to the 1920s. It has a ghost game head on one side and an opening on the other.
The opening is for the players to put their hand inside to allow them to control the pitch. A remote part of the southwest. Ones were made from tools that were popular among actors.
About the actual music, we all know that Ireland is famous for music. There is a type of music called trad music or folk music. It is played by a variety of instruments, such as the uilleann pipes, the fiddle, the bodhrán, and the guitar.
This romantic music appeared during the late 20s. It's a form of art that was creating avant-garde art music in the classical tradition.
A spin-off form of traditional Irish music would be folk music. Historically, most old school music from the USA originated from Ireland, England, and Scotland.
As a result, by the 1970s, Irish chant music gained popularity in the US and even Australia and Europe. Irish chant music is one of the earliest kind of music in the world. It has contributed a lot music that we have today.
There's another thing that caught my attention while we were in Ireland.
What is it?
River dancing. I remember the players were amazing. Their feet were as fast as lightning. Also, there's a special part. While they are dancing, they are not allowed to move their upper body.
River dancing connects well with the Irish traditional music and dance. It originated as a performance act during the 1994 Eurovision Song Contest. A short time later, it was turned into a stage show, which opened in Dublin on 9 February 1995.
Since then, the show has become famous worldwide. More and more kind of river dances have been formed.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes then. They were all wearing suits and dresses, and they made amazing sounds with their high heel leather shoes, with drums and violins playing in the background.
That's right, and the songs were usually fast and hard to keep up with, so I'm sure the performers spent a lot of time practicing their dancing skills.
It was so amazing that I couldn't even use words to explain it. According to my English teacher, practice makes perfect. I can tell they must spend a lot of time practicing.
As a result, I think our study of our program to Ireland was super interesting, as we got to learn a lot about their music culture. This is the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening. Ireland is such a magical place filled with surprising and interesting facts, isn't it? From the unbelievable speed of river dancers to weird green beer, from black and white pudding to lengthy Irish poems, they're all worth being uncovered. As the saying goes, he that travels far knows much. Try to experience these things by yourself, as you will discover how much beauty the world has to offer. This is the end of our presentation. We wish each one of you a good night. Thank you.